Hello, my friends. Today we're talking about the symbolic visual language which every good marketer or video marketer actually use in their video, in their communication. And today I'm going to show you how to use it. My name is Voyevoda and I'm your business and brand creator. And if you want to brand your brilliance, let me know. So when we talk about the video marketing, it's dramatically different than the other types of marketing, and therefore the video marketing brand you faster, help people to figure out certain things faster because it uses visual language, and the visual language is very different. It's actually help people without knowing the particular language understand you. So you probably get that I'm not talking right now about the talking hat, the version of the video which I use right now, and I'm talking about the videos which are going to use some visual, maybe images or maybe footage. So these videos which are more used in advertising, which are more used in branded communication, these videos will use the visual language a lot and the symbolism a lot. So let's talk about the three symbols which are very common, and so on the examples I will try to show you how the visual language works so that people build the association pretty fast. So first of all, I have to tell you this: the visual language communicates to your customer's subconscious. The visual language helps people to understand things via associations. The visual language doesn't need to be known for your customer. It's enough to actually understand the symbols. So the symbols has to be global. So these are three conditions which are really important for your visual language, for your video marketing to be really successful. So here is an example. Let's start with the statement I love, or I am in love, or something like that. So we talk about the love. So when we talk about love, think about that. What kind of symbol the first which come in your mind? And I'm talking about this because pretty soon we will see the Valentine's days, and quite probably you will need this symbolism. So when we talk about the love, the first symbol is obviously the heart. And I'm showing you heart. You know that people actually showing this symbol with hands, and they mean it. They mean the heart means love. Also, if you will use the symbol of heart in your slides, in your communication, that will be the symbol of love. So is that the symbol? Not necessary, because if you use the video marketing with footage, you quite probably will not use the love as a symbol, right? So you will have to find the different visual symbols, the different visual language to communicate the love. So how to do that? Most of the time you will find, first of all, what type of love you want to convey to people. So if you want to convey the romantic love, then you quite probably will use the footage with the couple who is kissing, hugging, or doing something like that. Depends on your message, depends on your brand. If you will find, hi Anjana, if you will find that you need to convey the love to the family, so if you want to convey the love to the family, you will show the footage with family who is loving each other. On the other hand, if you will talk about the love which is missing, so people fight between each other, people don't like each other, you will again show the footage of people who are struggling, showing or getting love. So as you see, this is pretty symbolic language which doesn't need any words at all. But now here is an interesting thing. Just imagine for a second that two images: happy family when you say that they have love, unhappy family that they have fight. If you will imagine these two images together, you will instantly think about the color. You will instantly think that the image which signifies the fight and the negative emotions quite probably will be darker. It will have lesser colors. It will be more contrasty and aggressive, while the image with the happy family will have nice and calm and soft colors. So that will convey an add-on to the love. And if you will show the romantic love, you quite probably will think about the pink and red and all these kind of colors which symbolize the love for people. So as you see, the symbolic language uses colors, it uses contrast, it uses footage, images, and the symbols. So with this set of the symbols, with a set of tools, we can convey the message which we have without using any single word. Now, let's talk about I see you. It's like an avatar, I see you. It's more than I just see you. I see in your heart and all this kind of stuff. So when we talk about this, we talk about I see you, and the first symbol which comes in your mind, I guess, that would be eyes, or one eye. So you will know that this is a symbol which actually signifies a particular part of the action which your eyes do. So when we talk I see you, you will find a lot of footage when you will just show people who are staring at something, or people who are looking somewhere on the side, or people who are looking up. The interesting part that when we just show an eye and we say that I see you, I can watch this, or I can absorb it visually, or something like that, so we can show the eye. But when we show a person who is looking on the right side, or on the left side, or up or down, we show the very different symbols. We're showing the very different idea and conveying the very different idea with our footage or with our photo. So the symbolism of the person who is looking happily straight forward to the camera is very different than the person who is trying to hide the eyes and not dare to look into the camera, or a person who is looking dreamy somewhere up, or the person who is looking sad. And as you see, these symbols actually visually showing absolutely different messages without any words again. And if you will combine these two different images together again, let's go with example. If you will look at a person who is sad and her eyes is like down, and this person feeling bad, and you will look at the young lady who is dreaming, maybe dreaming about love. So she will be much more romantic and her expression on the face will be different. These two symbols will be about looking, but this glance, this look will be completely different in terms of the colors. The romantic young girl who is looking about some happiness or some romance or some satisfaction in her relationships, that kind of image will be very different and positive and light, and maybe slightly pinkish, slightly yellowish, so they will be soft and nice and light colors. While when we talk about the sadness, we will talk about much darker palette, so we will see the darker colors, less contrast or deeper contrast, so we will see the struggle in that image, and again this image will be conveyed with the colors. So that's really important to understand what kind of message, subconscious message do you give with your marketing, because many people use the footage, the free footage, which is available with many apps, and this actually create a lot of confusion in people's mind, because when they use footage randomly without thinking about the color, without thinking about what part of the footage they use, without thinking about the symbolic visual language, that create crazy confusion about the image which you portray with that particular video. So you really need to be specific about what you want to show. Now, the third example is about your offer, or about giving, about the gift. So this is another very important symbol, and it's often related to the hands. So when we talk about the hand symbolism, this is super rich symbolism, because when we talk about hands, for many people, even when we communicate, when we talk to people, when we meet people somewhere in networking meeting, our hands language is really speak a lot more about us than whatever we use verbally. You have to remember it if you build in a networking meeting, if you start meeting with people, your communication with hands is super powerful. And many times in many countries like Asia, you quite probably will not even need the language. You will be able to communicate everything with hands. So hands are super powerful. So when we talk about giving, it is actually the symbol of giving. But when we talk about the begging, it's a very different symbol, right? So when we talk about taking something or we giving something, so these are very different gestures. And when we talk, for example, stop, so these are very, very different gestures. So you can say, stop, pay attention, I'm going to give you something, and you can show the gift or something, and this will allow people to figure out visually that you're actually going to give them something. So in this case, some props, some kind of interesting things which you can give to people actually add a lot of value to your videos. So this is a way how you can communicate in your live videos, or you can use the footage which is giving something to people. Things which symbolize the gift, the offer, the image of the gift itself. This also helps people to figure out that you're going to give them something. Or when you use the symbols which are related to computer, when you say download or take something, these messages are very important. They give a lot of information for people to figure out what to expect from your video without using any language. What I'm talking right now, these symbols are universal. The universal symbols are easier to convey without any language, and the language gets into the picture when we start giving the details. Because if you will just say, okay, I'm giving you something, and you will have no words about the offer which you give without any text, etc., it's sometimes very difficult to offer or to give something to people. So what we're talking about right now is the connection between the symbolism of the things which you show, like I'm giving you something, or the symbolism of the language which you use along with the image. It's really important to create the subconscious image. The visual language actually communicates to subconscious, I'll just remind you. And very important to connect the subconscious image and conscious image, the conscious image related to the copy. So when you talk about the video marketing, you really need to build the message which is connected with your visual part and which is connected with your verbal part. So when you use the words, the copy which is refined and logical and understandable for your clients, you combine it with the visuals which are supporting that copy, and then they work together, then they connect, and then people are more likely to buy from you and more likely to understand what kind of message you are going to give them, because 80% of the people on Facebook watching the videos without any sound. So if you use the visual language powerfully enough, you will get more people who actually get the message. So use the text powerfully, use the footage powerfully, and understand the idea, what kind of symbols you want to use to convey your brand message. That's my message for you for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, ask in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.